Finish off last class with this kind of relaxation in, relaxation in. All this is the same thing. Have that. Understand? It's that feeling. And if you need to do it slowly, do it slowly. Just do it correctly. Don't the attacking side, this is cooperative. This is not adversarial. You are doing kumite. That means the exchange of hands. It doesn't mean fighting, it doesn't mean sparring, it means exchanging hands. This is yakusok kumite, which means pre-arranged. Well, we translate it as pre-arranged sparring. That's not what it means. It means a promised exchange of hands. Yakusok means to promise. Kumite means to exchange hands. So we are promising to exchange hands in an orchestrated way. So that takes cooperation. So if I'm asking him to do it slowly, he does it slowly. If I'm asking him to speed up a little bit, he speeds up a little bit. Do you understand? Yes. Don't put yourself under pressure that you can't remember what we're supposed to do again. You just block out of pressure. Yeah? Okay. So from here, feel that drop. Look at my connection. That back foot and that block and that dropping of my weight is synchronized. I'm synchronized and I'm going back in. Back, forward. Back, forward. Remember how we were practicing the down is the out. The down is the out when we were doing the Kihon, right? This down, and I'm facilitating that with my back foot. The down is the forward. So don't be going 1, 2. Relax. 1. This minute. Understand? Last point I would say is use the arch of your foot and your calf. Like if you just watch, hopefully my heel never touches the ground. So I'm back, forward. Back heel, right? Back, forward. The reason why my heel never touches the ground is because that and that is the strongest spring in your body. The moment your heel goes down, that relaxes and all you've got is your thigh. When was the last time any of you ran for the bus? Oh! Yes. Like imagine you stood there. Oh, there's the bus! Like if you break that down, that natural motion, what you're doing is you're dropping your body mass. Your foot, your strongest leg, is going behind your body mass, and you're using this in a plyometric way to initiate that movement. I recommend you run for the bus more often. And when you do that, you think about what you're doing. So this is what I'm doing. I'm quickly entering. So I'm dropping my body mass because I want to put pressure on that limb. I'm not having my elbow out, my elbow's in, and I'm anchoring my weight onto that limb by dropping my body mass. At the same time, that leg is going behind, so I can instantly turn that downward action into a front action. Downward action into a forward action. Yeah? Go back. Don't treat it as a 1, 2, because in between that 1, 2 there's an offbeat. If I'm going 1, 2, and you know, Bjorn's not going 1, 2, Bjorn's going 1, 1. If I'm going 1, you understand? Luckily it wasn't effective. Okay, so have that sense that you're not going back, because if you go back it just gives you another chance. So you're down, yeah? So it's a little bit different just because the structure of your leading arm now and you're moving in, so you probably rotate a little bit. So natural, case by case, everyone's different. But ultimately it's the same thing. I'm dropping and hitting. Dropping and hitting. Now I'm coming up a little bit because you're slightly taller than me, but you know, you have to case by case. That's why we're changing, because there's always going to be something different. It's a different partner, different height, etc. So you have to adapt. But ultimately, I'm putting my mass onto that gakuzuki in the same way, and I'm using my shoulder to whip in and round at the same time I'm going in. Do you understand? And it's the opening of like, you know, you have lots of fascia, but like it's the opening of my abdomen and my obliques, that stretch that's going to close. And it's that closure, inspiration from, this is the natural conclusion of every time you're creating structure in your body, then you're creating this ability to flow from the block to the punch. That it's not 1, 2, it's just 1. And even if you're doing it opposite, you know, even if one hand is blocking and one hand's punching, it's not block, punch. It's always 1 feeling, 1 feeling. You're never 1, 2 in reality. You understand?
Yes.
You know, like, and it's that reaction time, like, you know, the best stories, you know, you open the fridge door and an egg falls out and you catch it. And like, it's just that natural reaction. That if you try to replicate that, okay, I'm going to do that again, the egg's going to fall out, and you miss it because you're thinking about it. Driving along, something runs out, and you swerve, or you put on the brakes, it's just a reaction. That's where karate lies. It doesn't lie in the 1, 2 of dealing with something. It relies in the, oh, something just happened, I don't know what it was. And we're trying to train our body to be able to do that in this effective manner. Do you understand? So I'd much rather you do a slower down 1 action than a fast 1, 2 action. Because you can't improve on that. Like, no matter how fast you do 1, 2, it's going to be 1, 2. Whereas if you do a slow single action, 1 action, then at least there's a big room for improvement. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, even I'm seeing people now revert back. What? The Gatsuki? Is that what we've been doing for the last hour? No. So if it's too much pressure, ask them to slow down. Don't. This is. I mean, you can still make this to check, but this is where it's starting. Yeah. Okay, step back in, right? Okay. Jordan attack. Okay, Jordan. Here. Try blocking. Knee. Block. San. Block. Shi. Block. Go. Come. Ta. I've won, he's lost, I step forward, he steps back. Okay. Go on, Kumite. Sam? Yes. 5 times attack, Jordan. 5 times step back. Relax, kind of get your, don't in the need and the want to kind of attack. Don't be shifting in your stance. Your stances should be identical-ish. And what's really important on that last punch, that I am in that range. I'm not having to lean in. I'm not doing a mini punch. That I am hitting that point. Then when he steps back, because I've won, right? He's tried to hit me 5 times, I've blocked 5 times, and the last one, boom, I've hit him. I've won. He retreats, he steps back. I advance because I step forward. So we both step to this point. Like, also some of you are kind of like, you know, horrible technique. Think about, okay, you're going to punch Jordan or chin or whatever you do. What am I going to do? Okay, I think I'm going to make Aikyuke. I'm going to step aside and do Aikyuke, a real classic kind of 1980s karate effect. Jordan, I'm calm, I'm going to move! I'm going to kick you in! I'm going to go in! I'm going to do Ashimura! I'm going to punch! This is what we did when I was a kid. Because they kind of made it flamboyant. But that's okay. Because what I am doing, in that sense, I'm thinking, okay, he's coming in, he's going to be there. From that point, I can take control. That's enough. If I want, I can take control. But at least I've thought about distance. Much easier to block, punch, hold it, see that that's a perfect distance. Rather than, you have no idea. Because you're dropping your body, you're shifting your stance, holding it for a second, coming back to command. Be strict with yourself. Try to realize, was that a little bit short? Was it a little bit long?